Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning, everyone. I'm Shehla Farooq and I invite you all to a basic experience of an English language class today. So, welcome to a new class, a new experience for grade 10, that is O2, and a recap for grade 11, that is O3. If your question is, what is this all about? Well, children, here you shall update your English learning, where you shall explore new horizons that will enrich you to meet and communicate with the world more confidently and certainly more eloquently. First and foremost, let's travel towards the heading. Now, why is English language important? Well, the reasons are many, and the reasons are certainly strong. One, because English is a universal language, and we all know that. Two, it enables us to have better communication and interaction skills. Three, it is extremely useful in tackling job interviews with ease. Four, there's no doubt at all that proficiency in English language raises one's confidence level to the optimum. And the list goes on and on. Remember, whatever language you want to master, only words spoken or written in correct grammar and spoken with correct pronunciation and confidence make an impact on the listener. Nervously, hesitatingly uttered sentences always make the listener lose an interest in you and your content, no matter how good it is. And this is what we never wish to happen to you, right? Our next job is to be very well acquainted with the papers we are preparing for in this particular subject. I need to emphasize here that we are training in a language skills, not chapters from a textbook. So let's get started. The code of a paper is 1123. And we have two papers to attempt. Paper 1 happens to be of 1 hour 30 minutes, containing two big questions, directed writing and essay writing. Now you can't just brush it off casually saying, oh, essay? No big deal. I've been writing essays since grade 2. Because here you need to realize that every component now requires a training. Every component here requires advanced techniques which need to be practiced seriously and mastered for good answers. So, okay, let's now glance at the left side of this page. Under the heading Paper 1, you can see the term directed writing, which has several genres or categories of writing areas listed below itself. You can read with me: letter writing informal, letter writing formal, speech writing, magazine articles, newspaper articles, and there are more to be added in class, which are not mentioned here at the moment. Now, each one of the above has a different format, a different approach, a different technique, which shall be dealt with in detail as classes roll on. P1 shall also test your essay writing skills, divided into narrative, descriptive, and argumentative formats. Each of the above demands your presentation to match the required CAIE standard. Essay writing skills are a combination of multiple segments which give you the required quality and standard, which shall be discussed later. All right, now on to paper 2. Paper 2 shall be a 1 hour 45 minutes containing summary writing and comprehension question answers and the word meaning section. I need to stop and tell you here, the word comprehend means to understand. And this is exactly what you have to do. Here, basically, you're being tested on how quickly and correctly you understand the matter in the given passages or inserts, and then how correctly and quickly you're able to find out and write the correct answers to the questions asked. I need to mention here that the magic word is practice in this comprehension segment. Quick and correct comprehension comes only with relentless practice, and that you shall be given in plenty in the time to come. Another point to be noted here is that this section of the paper gives you the opportunity to score 100% marks, and these marks are not to be lost at all if you train correct. I had mentioned earlier about essay writing skills and their importance. So before we proceed, we can stop for a moment and have a quick peep into the components of essay writing skills. So here goes. Number 1 says choice of topic. You'll be given several topics to choose from. So you have to train yourselves to make the wise decision, the correct choice from the word go, so that you don't waste your time. Because you know what they say, well begun is half done. Number 2, after you've chosen your topic, you need to make a mind map. If you look at the picture on the left-hand side, you need to make an image of what exactly you're going to write. You need to sort out your ideas. And as point 3, 4, and 5 say, those ideas have to be sorted out into your introduction, into the body segment, and into the conclusion section of your essay. Point number 6 says, ensure there are no grammatical or spelling errors. Grammatical errors and spelling errors cost marks. And I don't want any of my students to lose marks in this field at all. Number 7 says, you need to use a variety. As it states here, use varied and ambitious vocabulary to enhance the presentation. By ambitious vocabulary, I mean to say standard words, mature words. Basic words are a no-no now. Now is the time to use good, standard, ambitious vocabulary to attract the attention of the reader. Point number 8 adds, a touch of humor keeps the interest quotient high, and we need to keep the interest of the examiner right through. Number 9, when you create a character in your answer, and this goes more for a narrative kind of an answer or a narrative essay, in a narrative essay, when you create a character, follow up on him as your story proceeds to keep him in focus. In a narrative answer or a narrative essay, we have characters and we talk about them, we describe them, we make them talk, and this is how we make our essays interesting. And the last point here says twist. Number 10, a twist in the storyline of your essay never fails to impress the examiner. But remember, when we're trying to bring in a twist in a story, we should not lose track of the right path. We should not ramble. We should not go on and on about something that is not making sense. And what is it that will keep us on the right track? It's number 2, the mind map. The importance of correct grammar and spelling can certainly never be underestimated, because this is the very backbone of a good essay. These are a few areas that require special attention, as majorly they are mistake zones. I've seen my students making mistakes in 6 particular zones, and that is what I have listed below, so that I train my future students not to be treading on the same ground. Number 1 says prepositions. That is, how you place your in, your on, your under, between, in front of, behind, etc., etc. Often prepositions are placed incorrectly or not placed at all. So this is where we need to learn. Number 2 talks about placement of articles. That is, a, and the. If you look on the left side of this page, it says a bee and apple. Articles have rules that have to be followed so that you place them correctly. And this shall be explained as classes follow later. Number 3 here says subject and verb agreement. You need to know which verb goes with which subject. For example, I am a pilot, she is a nurse, and on, according to the teaching that will be done later. Number 4 talks about spellings. Incorrect spellings cost marks, and they're most unwanted. And the only way to get your spellings correct is to practice. Number 4 says contractions. This teaches students how to shorten the words. For example, would not changes into wouldn't with the help of an apostrophe. Is not changes into isn't with the help of an apostrophe. And have not changes into haven't with the help of an apostrophe. And there are many more, of course. So in the class, you'll be taught how words are contracted and how certain rules have to be kept in mind when you're doing so. The last on this page happens to be confusing words. If you look into the right side now, you decide, or rather, you're often confused. You can't decide is what I should be saying. Is it affect or is it an effect? Does it have an A or does it have an E? Is it lie or is it lay? Is it chose or is it choose? Is it advice with a C or is it advice with an S? Now, confusing words shall not be confusing after you take your classes in this special area, because you know exactly which word to use where. On this page, I have a list of some basic words on the left-hand side in red, and of standard words which have to be substituted in green on the right-hand side of the page. Ambitious vocabulary, usage of words, stronger, more expressive synonyms to make a written piece more interesting and readable. Because you now are expected to use standard vocabulary. Whenever you want to use the term a tough job, try substituting by saying an arduous job. Try substituting proud with arrogant, pleasant-natured with amiable. Number 4, if you want to say I'm surprised, substitute it by saying I'm astounded. Number 5, if you say I made a huge mistake in my maths paper, choose the word blunder. Say I made a blunder in my maths paper. Instead of clumsy, say butterfingered. Instead of saying, I was talking nervously, say, I was babbling. Instead of odd, say bizarre. Instead of saying daily routine work, you say my chores. Instead of confusion, try chaos. Instead of huge, say colossal. Instead of driver in uniform, say chauffeur. If you wish to say, I got wet in the rain, substitute it. Say, I got drenched in the rain. Instead of saying horrible, say devastating. It was a horrible accident, all right. It was a devastating accident, better. I'm hungry, all right. I'm ravenous or I'm famished, better. So these are just 15 words. There'll be, of course, lots and lots of more words given to you, and which you shall make a part of your life and substitute all your basic word bank with the standard word bank and make your English impressive and better. Now, written English is important, all right, but spoken English cannot be ignored. When you meet somebody and you talk to that person, your pronunciation plays a great role when he's making an impression about you. So, written communication is not enough. Verbal communication is equally important if you wish to make a place for yourself in the world. Nothing, nothing can be more appalling than listening to incoherent, disjointed speech and incorrect pronunciation. So if you are questioning in your minds, all this all right, but how do we improve our English speaking skills? Well, the answer is very simple and broken into the following points. One, you can find an English speaking conversation partner, and I am always there. Number two, make sure to listen as well as speak, because by listening, you absorb a lot and you learn a lot. Number three, record your conversation practice and then listen to it and realize what mistakes you have made and try to overcome those errors. Number four, practice with music and movies. Number five, read aloud and see where you're going wrong. Number six, talk to yourself. Number seven, and very important, shed your inhibitions. Don't be shy. Be eager to learn. Be confident and step ahead. To strengthen my last point about pronunciation, before you, I now place a small pronunciation drill. And this is a regularity in all my classes. One, it breaks the monotony of the class, and two, it adds a lot to the spoken English skill of every student. Now here you can see 10 words. The second column has the mispronounced word, and the correct pronunciation is in green in the last column. So let's begin. Now the first word happens to be pronunciation. People say pronunciation, which is absolutely wrong. So the word is not pronunciation, it is pronunciation. Number two is not bowl. It is not bowl, it is bowl. Number three is not almond. Almond is incorrect. It is almond. Number four, okay, I've heard people say tomb. It does not happen to be tomb, it's tomb with B silent. Number five has D silent, and it is not Wednesday, it's pronounced as Wednesday. Wednesday. Number five is Wednesday. Number six is buffet, not buffet. People, buffet is wrong. The T is silent and it is buffet. Number seven is not develop. It is not develop, it's develop. development, develop. Number 8 is photography. See where the stress is. Photography. It's not photography, it's photography. Number 9 is not break fast. The pronunciation is breakfast. Breakfast. And the last here is towel. Not towel, it's towel. So these are just 10 words. Once again, I bring to your notice there's these drills will go on in almost every second, third class, and they're very interesting and they add a lot to your knowledge. So be prepared for more pronunciation drills. Shed your inhibitions, gain mastery over the English language. It's actually very easy if you are interested. So students, I hope you enjoyed this basic introduction class of upgraded English learning. Watch out for a lot of interesting exercises, assignments, and activities which will further hone your English writing and speaking skills. With that, you'll feel a surge of self-confidence to face the competitive world beyond school, the world you are soon going to enter into. So enjoy your classes and happy learning. Thank you.